Hi, I'm Julia Hintermeister, and I'm currently a junior at Hamline University. I worked this summer with Dr. Jamie Spalding on a project titled Statistical Evaluation of Features Used for the Comparison of Bullet Evidence. Our project was looking to use the current algorithms that have been developed by NIST and expand upon them and add complementary code to be able to increase objectivity that can be used during comparison of features for bullet evidence, which currently in practice is fairly subjective and reliant upon the human eye. In bullet comparison evidence, the barrel leaves distinct and unique markings on what is called the land engraved area, and that is a part of the bullet that is relied upon for comparison. The code we built upon looks only at a single ideal cross-section across the surface of the bullet. At this ideal cross-section, the topography is extracted and the global structure or the shape of the bullet is determined by fitting a local exponential regression curve. Subtraction of this curve results solely in the peaks and valleys of the tool marks, known as the bullet signature. These signatures then can be overlaid, aligned, and compared using a cross-correlation function, or a CCF. So instead of just pulling from a single ideal cross-section, we extracted all of the cross-sections and applied the same method to them. With these extracted signatures, we built a new algorithm to map and identify prominent and useful features. One of the first set of maps that we created calculates the amplitude of the turning points for each signature, and then we sort these features into bins determined by collecting the average mean amplitude and the average standard deviation for all 6 lands on bullet 1. Then those filtered features were assigned a color and mapped onto these topographical images of the bullets. With these amplitude maps, we used a Photoshop software to visually compare them first. As you can see, for both of these images, the bottom half of the bullet is bullet 1, and the top half of the bullet is from bullet 2. For the bullet 1, land 1, and bullet 2 comparisons, you can see that the features line up really well. There's a strong correlation between all of the colors and where each of the striations end up lining up, the prominent features in similar spots on both bullets. Whereas on bullet 1 land 2 and bullet 2 land 2, there is a little bit more of a variation here. The colors don't line up quite as well. Some of the striations are present on one bullet and not in the others, and that's just part of the differences that can occur between markings on bullets. The next step after visually comparing them was we calculated the differences between all the maps. So we collected all of the data for all of the amplitude maps, and we wrote an algorithm to determine these differences between the amplitude feature maps and to see how similar matching land engraved areas actually are. As you can see, the bullet that had a little bit more of a correlation with all the colors is almost blank because almost all of the values were able to be subtracted from one another, whereas on the bullets that don't match as well, there is a lot more coloration. We then calculated the percentage of all the differences and plotted them onto a density map, and it was found that there wasn't a significant difference between matching lands and the non-matching land comparisons. The last algorithm that we wrote focused on calculating the intracorrelation of features on the bullet, showing how similar a cross-section and all the features in that cross-section is to that ideal cross-section used in the initial method. This identifies what features are marked all along the bullet, or what is more marked sporadically, not as consistently. And some bullets had a lot of intracorrelation, and like this on the screen here, some bullets don't. All of the maps that we obtained will help further the understanding of features present on fired bullets to further the foundational validity of firearms examinations and will help guide examiners to the most useful areas for comparison on bullet surface. Finally, these feature maps will be really valuable to the training of new firearms examiners by illustrating feature occurrence and a feature's overall contribution to the correlation of bullet evidence. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the summary of this project. It's been so much fun working on it this summer.